Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Luke Touma podcast. We're here. We're back. It's April. I'm here with Chase Azarian, as always. Once again, with Chase Azarian. Guys, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. I want to just say, I see your reviews. They don't go unnoticed. Some of them are funny. So if you're listening on Apple Podcasts especially, we appreciate the reviews because they help boost the podcast to more listeners. How do they help? I don't know, and I'll never know, but they do help. So thank you. Chris Max X said, "Keep them coming. Thanks for the podcast, dude. You're hilarious. Keep it going, brother. Love and luck from Los Angeles." Thank you, Chrisman X. I will be in Los Angeles as soon as your weirdo governor allows me to. And then Philly Jimmy said, 5 out of 5.
Philly Jimmy?
Philly Jimmy.
I love that.
Philly Jimmy. This is someone who grew up with Chase. Yeah. Philly Jimmy said, honestly, how is this 5 out of 5 stars. Honestly, how is this podcast not bigger? Makes me laugh that you just keep turning to 2 cameras by yourself on YouTube. Well, thank you, Philly Jimmy, for both recognizing that you think the podcast is funny and also recognizing that our YouTube viewership isn't where we want it to be. We're going to get there. But thank you guys for leaving the ratings. You leave them, I'll read them out of the podcast. You screenshot your screen while you're listening. Tag me on Instagram. I'll repost it because I want people to see. I appreciate you listening. If you are listening and you're in Boston, I'm going to be performing there May 7th and the 8th. You can get tickets at the link in my Instagram bio. If you are in Naples, Florida, I'm going to be performing there May 19th at Off the Hook Comedy Club. You can also get those tickets in my Instagram bio. And I'm probably coming to Houston soon, possibly Austin. We'll see. We're going to make it happen. It's going to be fun. Chase, how's your week been? Good?
It's been a good week. I mean, I can't complain. How's yours been?
It's been all right, man. It's been good. Had the parents in town. Mm-hmm. Brought them to my mom and her boyfriend were in town. I brought them to just all around, Yeah. Took them out drinking. They had fun.
Let them free in Florida.
Absolutely. Let them spread their wings in Florida. My mom's boyfriend came here a Democrat and he's leaving a Republican. So I definitely converted him. My mom is like a bleeding heart liberal, so she's not going to change on that. But her boyfriend, boy, he's ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, he saw the other side.
Oh yeah, dude, he keeps saying this thing where he's such a big sports fan and he keeps going. He's the nicest guy ever. He's going, you know what, Luke? I say fill up the stadiums. Fill up the stadiums, man. I don't want to see 3,000 people at a Buffalo Bills game. We got to fill it up. Just like, and he keeps asking me, he goes, do you think Roger Goodell's right that by September all the stadiums will be filled? I'm like, I think so, Jeff. He's so psyched he wants the stadiums filled. It might happen. Did you see the Texas Rangers, the baseball team, had a full packed stadium?
I mean, I just heard like 10 minutes ago from you, but
40,000 people.
They're living in the future, man.
They're living in the future. They're living in the past and the future at the same time. Look, we'll see what happens with the cases, guys. I don't like that, as soon as something like this has happened, we're going to have to start doing this shit again. Mm-hmm. We got to go back sooner or later to some level of pre-COVID normalcy. Maybe there's never going to be normalcy in New York and shit. I don't know.
In 5 years.
In 5 years probably, because dude, I showed you the picture. The comedy clubs, or I was telling you about it, the comedy clubs in New York, they have a giant glass window indoors that's like a human body size that separates the performer from the audience.
It's like a zoo. It's so bizarre.
Dude, it really is that's such a good fucking point. Dude, are you kidding me? I'm not a fucking tiger. I don't need to perform behind a glass. I'm not going to bite someone in the neck. I'm not a danger to society. I'm telling dick jokes. Let me fucking not have to perform behind a giant bulletproof glass. What am I, the president?
Basically.
Yeah, dude, it's just I don't know, man. I don't know how. I guess humans are adaptable, but I'm just how the fuck is that ever going to feel normal? And aren't you going to look at a bunch of people watching baseball in Texas getting drunk with each other, fucking cheersing with no mask on, and go, I want to go there?
Of course.
Yeah,
Texas is going to be the state that does it first, If
yeah.
anyone was going to take the first step, it was definitely Texas.
Yeah, Texas. Yeah, everything's bigger. Everyone's sicker in Texas. For sure. Our COVID, everything's bigger in Texas, including our COVID numbers. But I don't know, dude. At some point, you're going to have things start to go back to normal. You're going to have stadiums fill up. Concerts are going to come back. Maybe they'll do it with a vaccine passport, but things are so left up to the state governments. It's just going to be different based on where you live. And there's going to be places like here in Florida and Texas that are just a free-for-all pretty soon. I don't know. Like, I hate when people are like, we're never going to get out of this pandemic. This is how this happened in the first place. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, dude, the vaccines are fucking flying off the shelves. You don't know. And also, like, let's wait and see. If there's a big COVID spike in Texas, in Dallas, wherever the fucking stadium is, then you could attribute it to the goddamn baseball game. But I would say as of now, you sitting on your ass on Facebook don't know whether or not, ballpark peanuts spread the coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? Come on. It's an outdoor stadium. It's a sunny day, Trump says the sun kills the virus. Former President Trump said that the sun kills the virus. Jury's out on that one, Yeah. I'm sure alcohol kills the virus. It's outdoors. These people are fine. I looked in the stands. They're just about all immune compromised.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, it looked like a Weight Watchers summit in the Texas Rangers Stadium. I mean, they're all so fat. Even for sports fans, they're fat.
They've been through worse.
Yeah, they're gonna. I mean, these people they're clogging their arteries anyways. What do you? Come on, man. Jesus Christ. I also think like once the old people get vaccinated, it's like fucking let's relax. I mean, once people over a certain age get vaccinated, it's like keep everybody our age with a weird blood type or that's 400 pounds, keep them inside, and then other than that, we're fine. Dude.
Good to go. Everybody
I know has gotten the coronavirus. I feel like, and nobody our age got super sick from it.
I thought I had the plague when I had it, but I didn't know it was COVID at the time because I was working for Disney World. No one knew. I just thought I had the flu.
You just had some kid sneeze the regular flu on you. Yeah, so you got super sick. I shouldn't speak for everybody. I'm like, no one our age got super sick. You're like, I almost died, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's the thing. I'm such a hypocrite. I'll be like, I'll always be like, I don't get why people are so arrogant. Like, they act like they know everything about this virus, and then I turn around, I'm like, nobody even gets sick. Like, who cares? I just want to do stand-up comedy, and I'm so hypocritical and full of shit. It's really what it is. But you felt like you had the plague when you had it?
Oh, yeah, it was awful.
Yeah,
I was like, what the hell is this? And it was like for the 2 weeks, I had every symptom. I was like, why can't I taste anything?
So you couldn't taste?
I couldn't taste. Well, I thought it was like, oh, yeah, this is normal. Like, I'm sick. I can't, taste whatever I'm eating anyway. And then went to Sundance anyway because I had to go.
Wow.
So I guess it was like the super spreading thing.
Well, it was like February, right?
This was like late January, yeah. So this
yes,
was like
that
before it
was
was popular.
That was like when Fauci was saying you don't need masks and shit. We didn't fucking
exactly.
know. God, man. That's crazy. That's early to get it.
I mean, it's Disney World, man. It's like the tourist central of the planet.
That's a good fucking point.
And I was taking pictures with everyone's phones all day.
Disney World is probably what fucked over this whole country in terms of COVID.
Easily.
Right? Dude, right? Dude, the mouse has 500,000 bodies to his name.
He does.
I'm going to say that. The mouse is a mass murderer, dude.
Yeah.
God, man. That is fucking... I mean, I can't imagine a more dangerous place to be when it comes to coronavirus and shit like that than Disney World. Oh my God, dude.
Seeing the kids hug Mickey Mouse every day.
Right?
It's bizarre.
Dude, you're better off being at Elmhurst Hospital in New York than being at Disney World. Could anything spread germs more than fucking Disney World? Just every unhealthy sack of shit from across the country. Just fucking shooting water guns and riding roller coasters and eating candy apples and then coughing them into your face. Just fucking, oh my God, some smelly fat guy in a Donald Duck suit.
Of course.
Just, oh, God. Did you ever meet, when you worked at Disney, did you meet the guys that worked in the costumes?
Of course.
So you met the Mickeys and
I had
Minnies?
to take pictures with them every once in a while.
So let me ask you this without you jeopardizing your career.
Okay.
Are the people that wear the costumes, like that's their job, are they stranger than people who have other jobs?
Some.
Okay.
I will give them the benefit of the doubt. I met some very just cool people. It's like, yeah, this is what I do for fun every once in a while, And there's other people that obsess over it.
Dude. Well, you've shown me the people that the adults that are obsessed with Disney that worked at Disney, and it's like a freak show. I mean, dude, it is the scariest thing I've ever seen. It's like 30-year-old women like sitting on Mickey Mouse's lap, and to me, the only person crazier than her that could possibly be crazier than the girl sitting on Mickey Mouse's lap is Mickey Mouse. Whoever is pretending to be Mickey Mouse is the only guy with a higher level of mental illness than the 30-year-old woman who's taking pictures with Mickey Mouse like she's a kid, like with a mall Santa Claus. Like, but the guy, I would imagine there's some sick fucks dressing up like Mickey Mouse.
Not really.
No,
surprised. I mean, weirdos.
Weird,
for sure.
yeah. Well, not like pedophiles. But I mean, like some sick.
There were like pedophile dudes that would like apparently come around, like the princesses. They'd like go up and meet them and like touch them and shit. Like this was a big deal like a year ago.
They were groping like
there would be
Snow
like
White?
a 65-year-old dude, that like waits in line by himself, goes to Cinderella,
and he just
like,
cops a feel on Rapunzel.
Yeah, and they like throw him out.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy,
dude. Really?
Well, because first of all, I never wanted to be in there because I was very like I want to take pictures with people like. Not with the character. It's not my personality type to tell the kid, go hug Cinderella. But whenever I would have to go in there, it was interesting.
Dude, I mean, I will say, believe all women and support victims of sex crimes. But, man, is there any sexual assault that could be funnier than a Disney princess involved sexual assault? Just some old, I mean, is there anything really funnier than some old man going to Disney World alone and grabbing Ariel by the back of her fin?
It's crazy.
just copping a feel of Snow White's titties, dude. Is there any funnier sexual assault than that?
There's nothing more Florida.
No, dude, that's so true. There's nothing more Florida than some old fuck with a Confederate flag hat rolling in, parking his fucking pickup truck, waltzing alone into Disney World, and just grabbing Cinderella in the back of her ass. Just like... Oh my God! Just asking her if he could try on the golden slipper or whatever. God, that is the most Florida man shit that I could think of, dude. That is so goddamn funny, man.
Right there.
Oh my God, dude, that is just. I mean, good luck to those women, and I hope everything works out with you, and I hope that the horrible men who were groping you while you were wearing your Disney princess costumes get apprehended. But boy is it, it's not funny. I'll say that. That's something I've made a habit of saying is it's not funny. Okay? It might be not funny, but it's also not funny. So it's somewhere in the middle of those two things. God, man. It was so crazy seeing the other thing that happened in New York recently is that they just legalized weed.
Yeah, they did in Jersey, too, like a month ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cuomo passed a bill legalizing it. He's trying to curry some favor, Speaking of grabbing titties, like those psychos at Disney World, there's another one, huh? Andrew Cuomo, huh? Trying to legalize weed, get everybody so high they forgot that you grabbed their niece's tits? Is that what's going on, buddy? Trying to get reelected, huh, dude? Huh? I see what you're doing, you snoop. I know, man. The funny thing is, like, what a bad time to legalize weed in New York City. I mean, with everything, the state that New York City's in right now, this is not a good time to be stoned in New York. I mean, I can't imagine how much of a panic attack I'd be having right now, smoking like medical grade legal weed and just looking at all my favorite businesses with fucking vacancy signs in the windows. For sale signs, closed down. Every fucking mom and pop pizza shop and coffee shop that we had to destroy. And I'm just baked out of my mind on legal weed, just remembering my old life before it got destroyed by the coronavirus. Dude, that is the last place that I want to be high right now.
Exactly.
That's the last thing they need is legal weed to just put everybody in a state of paranoid psychosis about how the fact that, the walls are bleeding in that place, dude. That's the last thing they need is medical hydroponic grade marijuana, dude.
He's a year late.
Also, it's like, with how crazy serious everybody takes COVID in New York City, it's like, guys, let's be honest. What are you going to smoke weed through your double masks? I mean, you guys are wearing 6 masks at the same time. How the fuck are you going to get the joint in there? Come on, dude. You don't need legal weed. You need. I don't know. I don't fucking know what you need. I mean, honestly, you need to move. Really, you need to move somewhere else and go to a place, dude. The places with legal weed right now. I mean, it's like, God, man, New York and California. I don't want to fucking smoke weed. Can you imagine smoking weed in LA? I see everybody high in LA. I'm like, dude, there's homeless guys shitting in the middle of the street. There are thousands of homeless guys taking visible public shits. I get paranoid when I get high. Dude, if I saw that many people shitting in public, I would be losing my fucking mind.
Yeah.
I'd be thinking about the germs. I'd be thinking about just what lives did these people have that brought 100,000 of them to live on the street and squalor. This is the last place I want to be high, dude. I want to be high like in Vermont in the woods alone. Yeah. I don't want to be high in fucking Skid Row, Los Angeles. I mean, why the fuck? There's like dispensaries in downtown LA. It's like the most horrific looking, like, apocalypse. Yeah. Los Angeles looks like a Call of Duty map, dude. It's the last place I want to smoke weed. They don't need legal weed there. They don't need legal weed in New York. What are you going to have, legal weed so you can eat at one of the 5 fast food chains that's still going in New York? Huh? You're going to have legal weed so you can not eat all your favorite food that used to exist at now closed down restaurants? What are you going to do? Huh? Go see a movie because there's one seat available in every theater because everything's at 7% capacity, and you have to wait in line for 3 hours, which feels like 7 because you're stoned, and then eventually you get in the movie theater and you have to just watch some fucking shitty ass movie alone when your highs start to wear off. I mean, there's really like what do you need legal weed for in New York City right now? It's just everybody wants you to do like shows there, like fans want me to do shows in New York. I'm going to do them, but I'm not like, it's still only 33% capacity.
Yeah.
And there's also an 11 p.m. curfew, which I didn't know. I thought it was lifted.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It depends on the state.
I mean, Jesus, but like
Florida, things are open.
Florida, I mean,
I'm so used to normal.
I'm so used to just regular life. I keep saying, I think I said this before. I keep saying like, back during COVID, and all my friends are like, buddy, it's still going on. Like, are you insane? I'm just like, yeah, back during COVID, things are so tough, but now everything's back to normal, man, and I'm really loving life again. And they're like, dude, I haven't ordered a beer in a year and a half. I have not gone to the bar and ordered a mixed drink in 14 months. I don't know what you're talking about. Right? Can you imagine?
No.
Just
That's
never.
Scary. My family asked me the other day, they're like, Happy Easter. What's Florida like? I was like, what's it like over there?
Right?
It's back to normal.
Florida, remember 2019? That's exactly what it's like.
It's unbelievable.
It's so great, dude. I was like, I don't know. I was worried I was going to get like, because I started seeing everything opening up in New York with like comedy clubs and whatever. And they're like, oh, things are opening up again. And I was starting to get FOMO because like I love doing stand-up in New York. Mm-hmm. But then I'm just like seeing the pictures. I'm like, it's 33% capacity. Everybody's like, it seems like they've got like the comics have like industrial strength masks on. There's a glass in front of the performers in the crowd. It's just not like
normal.
Dude, I went to a fucking spring yesterday with my mom and my girlfriend and my mom's boyfriend, my girlfriend's boyfriend. with my girlfriend and her boyfriend, and they cucked me in the middle of the spring.
On the kayak.
Yeah. They fucked each other on the kayak, and I watched like a little bitch. No, it was my mom and her boyfriend and me and my girlfriend, and we went to the spring. Dude, like, we got a cabana. It was like cheap. They have bars. You drink beer in the cabana, and you can eat food. And like, then the cabana comes with a canoe that's rented out for you for the day, and you get to canoe a half hour through like these mangroves, and then you get down to this spring where you can like hop in the water and swim. There's all these families there. And it was like so cheap and fun. And I was like, dude, I could be doing this, or I could be doing stand-up legally for 9 people behind a fucking glass wall. Like, I'm good, dude. I don't think I'm missing out on anything. I was like worried about it for 2 seconds. Then I saw the pictures. I was like, this is just, I mean, there's a venue that I want to do a show at in New York. And it's like, I think it seats 50 people. I'm like, dude, legally, that 16 people are allowed legally. 17 is over. 16. Why the fuck?
8 pairs of people. That's it.
What am I going to do? 28 shows with 28 shitty shows with 16 people in the crowd on each show? I mean, like, what's the point? Once you've tasted the Florida freedom, you can't think about partial shit where it's like, we're opening at fucking 19% capacity. I'm just like, buddy, no. That's closer to close than open. That's closer to close. I'm too used to being able to, dude, I've been licking strangers in the face. And you know, it's a fucking zoo down here, man. I'm shoulder to shoulder with fat guys drinking vodka Red Bulls, no masks, you know. It's like, it's too wild, man. I could never go back. I couldn't, right?
For 3 years.
Right? No, a few years.
Minimum.
You're right. Few years, because it is going to be a few fucking years until they switch up. God damn, dude. It's crazy. Did you see the Paul Pierce thing?
No.
Paul Pierce, former Boston Celtics basketball player, now former ESPN analyst. I don't know why he fucking did it, dude. I think he's just... Dude, Paul Pierce is proof that no matter how successful you are, you can still be an insecure little bitch. Like, he's so insecure about, like, anybody praising LeBron. He's so, like, salty about games he lost 11 years ago when he played for the Celtics. He's, like, a paid ESPN analyst. And, dude, he got, like, drunk and high, and he paid a bunch of strippers. And he was on Instagram Live, and he was just, like, had the strippers, like, shaking their asses in his face. And it was just, like... Why? Dude, you're like in your 40s. You're an ESPN analyst. Why do you what do you got to prove?
Yeah, exactly.
You won an NBA championship. What do you have? Look, he's like smoking blunts. Dude, I don't know if he had a mental breakdown or what, but he like was smoking blunts and like drinking and whatever. And he got fired the next day from ESPN. Also, the funniest thing was like usually especially when dudes see like a guy like that partying and having fun, like with the chicks and the booze and the blunts and the blah, 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 all the comments and like tweets about it will be like, this dude's living, man. Oh, I'm trying to get like Paul Pierce, blah, blah, blah. But Paul Pierce is such a loser that literally all the top tweets were so funny. They were like, imagine being so low down in life that you throw some ass at Paul Pierce. Like, it was guys going like, how bad are the lives of these strippers that they're shaking ass for Paul fucking Pierce, dude? How much would that suck? You work your way through high school and college basketball, you kill it. You get into the NBA, you overperform, you become an all-star, you become an NBA champion, your career ends, you'll go to the Hall of Fame. Then you get picked up as an ESPN analyst. And then you have the money and the capacity to get, you know, hot young strippers shaking ass for you in your mansion. And still, after all that, the public just looks at you and goes, this guy's a fucking loser, man. Like, how much would you be? How pissed would you be? You're like, what else do I have to do? What do I have to do? I beat the Lakers in the fucking NBA Finals. I beat Kobe Bryant in the NBA Finals. I got asses shaking in my face. I got an ESPN analyst job. What else more do you need from me? But we're all just looking at it like, yeah, it's Paul Pierce, you know? I mean, he's not cool. You're just not cool, Paul. I'm sorry. And the funniest thing about it, dude, was, dude, this is how you know, like, this is such a classic insecure guy tweet. He tweeted, I can't lose. Even when I lose, I'm winning. It's like, Paul, buddy, I hate to break it to you, you're losing. You just literally lost your job. I don't know how you possibly chalk that up to a W. You lost your job because you paid for strippers to shake ass in your face. And by the way, nobody even thinks it was cool. Everybody's just like, yeah, dude, you're still fucking lame. Also, you got fired. Look at people on Twitter are so funny, especially like Black Twitter, NBA Twitter. Mm-hmm. I can't lose. Even when I lose, I'm winning. Didn't know unemployment was winning. Oh my God, dude. You was smoking a blunt. You really thought you was going to keep your job, goofy. Dude, everybody's shitting on him so hard. It's so funny. First off, you are married. Second, COVID protocols. You can't add these two to an already horrible sports commentating resume and win. Dude. Oh my
He's coming
God.
for his neck.
God, man, I feel bad when I do something that's impressive and people don't appreciate it the way I think they should do. They should, like, I accomplished this thing, and I'm like, I wish people would appreciate me more. Like, that's like a common insecurity and whatever. Dude, I can't imagine the fucking complex I would have if I was Paul Pierce. Like, that's, you know how insecure you got to be Paul Pierce, like, buying strippers and smoking blunts on Instagram Live? Like, how much your insecurity is blinding you that you're like, I got a great grown man's job as a TV analyst. I have employment past being in the NBA. I'm still a figure in the basketball community. I can still, bring in new money to feed my family and put money into my kids' college funds and all that shit. And to still be like, yeah, but people think I'm a fucking loser, man. I got to hire some strippers and roll up a blunt and do it publicly so everybody thinks I'm cool. Like, he's still in, like 10th grade where, like...
I was going to say, it's like the 20-year-old kid that graduated from middle school and his, like, parents pay for everything.
Yeah.
So he goes to the club. He's like, oh...
It's like when you, like, make out with a girl and, like, cuddle with her when you're 17 and your boys ask you about it. You're like, yeah, dude, we fucked. It was fucking sick, man. Like, that's what he's doing. Like, he's pretending like these girls like him. It's like, Paul, buddy, come on. We don't even like you. You think these hot strippers like you? Like, come on, Paul, buddy. It's like when your friends like, did you get laid? You're like, fucking yeah, dude. We had a bunch of different sex. And they're just like, oh yeah, totally, yeah. It was some of the it's the sexiest sex I've ever had. That's Paul Pierce on his Instagram Live. God, dude, can you imagine being that high achieving of a dude and just
falling that low? Just
nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares, man.
That's 2021, man.
Right?
It's not impressive anymore.
If people clown on you and they get into a nice little rhythm of clowning on you, it really doesn't matter what you do. They're just like, the internet is just going to be, they're so intoxicated by the idea of continuing to make fun of you. Like, they're already having so much fun with it. Like, as a community, if you become the target of the jokes, it's like nothing you could do. Remember when LeBron, everybody's making fun of him?
Yeah.
It was like, dude, this guy is, like, performing at an all-time level, but, like, people just still are gonna shit on him no matter what, Nobody cares. Do you know the rapper Russ?
Yes.
Do you remember when he was getting shit on like that?
No.
Everybody was just like, fuck Russ. Russ only takes L's. Just like, no matter what he did, they'd be like, fuck you. Like, fuck Russ was a big, it wasn't even a good joke. It was just fuck Russ. That was the Twitter trend.
Right.
It wasn't like a meme based on him. It wasn't like, anything like that. It was just like, yeah, that guy, fuck him. Fuck that guy, dude.
He just never bounced back.
Dude, and he was like, at the time, like, making hundreds of, like, millions of dollars off of his, like, he was like getting an insane amount of streams, selling an insane amount of records, selling an even more insane amount of tickets. He would sell out like 20,000 seats in Lisbon, Portugal. He would sell out 20,000 seats in like Saudi Arabia or something. Like Drake numbers, dude. And he owned all his own music. He was independent. Like, I was like reading up on the guy. It was like so impressive what he was doing with his career. It's like almost unprecedented. And everyone's like, yeah, but fucking fuck you, dude. Fucking remember that one thing you did we don't like? Yeah, fuck you still for that, dude. Oh, it was so bad, bro. It was just so brutal. Do you miss living in Jersey? Like, do you miss
a little bit?
Yeah,
parts of it. Yeah.
What do you miss about it?
The food, for sure.
Yeah, dude, the food down here is pretty brutal.
It's awful.
I know. I thought, like, I'm not a big, like, foodie, so I didn't think that it was going to be such an issue.
Oh, it is.
Dude, it's such an issue.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so bad. I think that's why I drink too much down here, is because it's just like, I gotta have some.
There's nothing else.
No, there's not. I'm not gonna eat this garbage food, dude. Yeah. There's a couple places, like, my girlfriend and I go to the same, like, 4 places all the time, because you find, like, 4 places that you like, and you're like, That's it. This is not, I'm not going to try to dip my toe. I'm 4 for 30.
Yeah.
I feel so bad when people down here they know I'm from New York and moved down here from New York, and they try to give me food recommendations, and I'm like, buddy, I mean, just send me to Wendy's. We don't have to pretend. You know, have you had people like that Floridians try to give you food recommendations?
Of course. Waffle House.
Oh, dude, we were talking about that. They're like, dude, Waffle House is unreal. And you're like, oh, I guess I got to try Waffle House. And you're like, this is disgusting.
It's the worst.
What are you doing? I mean, they've never been to a diner. So so they've never had like a nice like diner New York, Jersey breakfast.
Even an average one.
Even a fucking fine diner, not a great diner, not a Staten Island, Bay Ridge, New Jersey, top of the line, Greek diner or something like that. Just a middle. They've never even had a middle of the road diner.
Yeah.
These people think it's a fucking gift that they're allowed to eat hash browns on the side of the highway. like Waffle House is so disgusting. My buddy he lived in the South for a while. He's like, dude, Waffle House is unreal. I'm like, dude, it's literally disgusting. I mean, you're eating canned ham and like a melted slice of a Kraft single on top of a fucking pile of hash. It's so disgusting.
It's awful.
Oh, and they use Waffle House on the menu. They use these terms because the big thing of Waffle House are the hash browns. You get the hash browns, and then you can get different things as like toppings on the hash browns. But instead of just saying ham hash brown, ham and cheese hash brown, salsa on your hash brown, they just use these like past tense verbs as the titles for the different like menu items. So that it's like, how do you want your hash browns? You want it cheesed, chunked. It's like they're all like chunked, sauced, drowned. Like it's like literally the waitress will come and say, all right, sweethearts, you want the large order hash browns? How'd you like them done? You like them chunked, dunked, fucked? How'd you like? She's like them fucking drowned. You like them smothered, covered? Fucking, you want me to shove them in my ass? How would you like these done, sweetheart? Because this is going to be a delicious meal for you and not at all disgusted. People are like, dude, Waffle House is great. I got the chunked, fucking slapped, fucked hash browns the other day. It was fucking delicious. I'm like, it literally sounds disgusting, dude. It could not be any more. You didn't even, you made the titles intentionally grotesque. How do you want them done? You want them fucking slaughtered? You want them fucking shoved in the fucking face? Like, you're like, no, dude, I just a cup of coffee is fine for me. These disgusting. Like, did you notice the menu was like that? Chunked, dunked, smothered, covered.
I mean, now that you bring it up, chunked is definitely one that comes to mind.
Yeah, it's literally like diced canned ham on top of hash browns.
$2.50.
Dude, it's like so much of the food here like actually tastes and looks like prison food.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like prison food. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? What is this? It's getting to the point, like, dude, and I think I talked to you about this, where when people give you food recommendations down here, Waffle House is a hilarious one, but there's like a pizza place down here, everyone's like, dude, it's like a New York slice of pizza. And then they literally go, I swear to God, they go, it's this big. It's this big. They go like this with their hands. Dude, it's this big. And it's just like one slice is like one slice this big. It's like one slice is like 18 inches, across. Like like there's a foot and a half width to the one slice pizza. Like it's just like New York. I'm like, what? Where do you
Which
think,
New York?
What do you think they had to make the slices bigger to fit the size of the buildings? Who told you New York had 3-foot slices of pizza? They're like, dude, it's just like New York. You're gonna love it. I'm like, are you out of your mind? Everybody in New York is like thin and fit. Like, do you think they're eating fucking 4-foot slices of pepperoni pizza? What are you talking about? Why? Dude, it's so funny. Like, Floridians live such a simple lifestyle that like the pizza place just made their slogan, huge ass slices, just like New York, and everyone's like, well, I mean, there's not much. I do not need more convincing than that. Apparently, these slices are identical to the slices in New York because this slogan in the window of this pizza shop off the side of this highway says that they have 3-foot slices, just as they do in New York City. And then I was like, yeah, dude, just like, it's great, man.
It's so true.
The Mexican food, I thought, like, I just figured, like, I don't know. I didn't know what the demographics was here. Because there's Cubans. I know your girl's Cuban, but Cuban food's kind of whacked. Cuban sandwiches are delicious, but, like, Cuban food, It's just kind of...
I need to have more authentic Cuban food. I've been missing out. I've really only had the Cuban sandwich.
A Cuban sandwich, I think, is delicious, but then Cubans are like, no, that's not real Cuban food. And then they give you real Cuban food. I'm like, dude, give me the fake thing. The sandwich was way better than this shit. What the fuck is it? My friend, he's a sweet kid. Our friend took me and Autumn to get Cuban food, and the guy at the counter was like, do you want salsa? And we were like, yeah, sure, salsa. I'll take salsa. And she's like, oh, I'll also have salsa on the sandwich. I shit you not. Hand to God, I'm not saying this to be funny. The salsa was ketchup.
Actually,
I swear on my life, it was just, they were like, do you want salsa? And I'm like, sure, salsa. And I'm like, it's ketchup. Is it a mistake? It's like, Autumn's comes out, same thing. She's like, yeah, it's salsa. And we were eating it. We're like, there's ketchup. We're eating a steak sandwich with fucking ketchup on it. They're like, oh, salsa. I'm like, dude, God, man. Even the Latin people cook like white people down here. You know, even the fucking Latinos cook like shitty Southern white people down here, you know? Man. God, man, it's just like, the food that is one thing I will, as much as I roast New York, but that is one huge thing I do miss. Yeah. The food is just, I wonder if like, if you were born and raised down here, you can't even know. No, right?
My roommate grew up in Florida. He was like, dude, I've never been to like a pizzeria. And I was like, well, we got to fucking change.
Right, dude?
He literally said, wait, I've been to Pizzeria Uno, though. I was like,
oh, no. God.
He's like, that doesn't count?
Oh, I've been to fucking Uno's. Does that count? Does that count, fucking Uno's?
It's sad.
I've been to Pizza Hut. It's a whole hut based around pizza, just like New York.
Yeah, he said it's better than Little Caesars, right? I said, this is not what you can compare
my God, man. I mean, you can't, it's better than, is there a sadder barometer than better than Little Caesars? Is there anything that could be sadder than that? Better than Little Caesars, man.
Maybe 7-Eleven.
Jesus fucking Christ. God damn, dude. It's so fucking brutal. I mean, I've had, like, the Asian food down here is all right. There's some decent Vietnamese food that I've had. Some actually good Vietnamese food. And then, like, honestly, the other good types of food, this is how sad it is. They're kind of, like, healthier types of food. Like, there's, like, a bowl place that she and I go to, my girlfriend and I go to. They're, like, you can get, like, healthy bowls and shit. And it's just, like, this is good just because it's fresh.
Yeah.
Like,
it's real.
That's how bad the food is here that you're like, this is delicious just because there's fresh ingredients. Just because it wasn't sitting in the back of some guy's pickup truck for the last 3 weeks. It makes it good, you know? Oh my God, dude.
And we're Orlando, so we can't even get like the fresh seafood too. So it's like we don't get anything.
Right? Because you'd imagine like South Florida or like the Gulf.
Yeah, they probably have some, like the Keys, I've heard have some good like seafood places.
Oh, right. I mean, if you want to get seafood here, you got to drive it an hour and a half past Universal Studios to get to the fucking play. I mean, what a nightmare.
If you're not willing to drive, Universal Studios probably has the best seafood. That's the problem.
That is so funny. I remember when you were like, because you do give great restaurant recommendations. Like, yeah, great. But it's because I also, you know good food because you're from up north.
Of course.
Yeah, and now I trust you. Because I'm like, yeah, these fucks from, Deltona, Florida. You're from Oviedo. I'm not fucking trusting your restaurant record. You're from Oviedo, Florida. I'm going to be like, oh, dude, this fucking sushi roll is this big. It's just like New York. It's just like Japan. Sushi roll the size of your fucking leg, right? It's like 12 inches in diameter, just like Japan, right? Just like downtown Tokyo does it, right? Yeah, dude, just like Tokyo. Every sushi roll is the size of a Ford Focus. Yes. God, I trust your recommendations, but I knew it was bad when you, as a good food rec who knows what they're talking about, who knows good, New York, Philly style cuisine, told me, yeah, honestly, some of the best restaurants are on the Universal City Walk. You're like, some of the best restaurants are in like Disney Springs. Like, it was like literally,
which is so sad.
Yes, you were like trying to be honest with me, being like, look, dude, some of the best food you're gonna get here is gonna be right next to a tilt-a-whirl. Like that's some of the best cuisine you're gonna get is gonna be right next to the fucking Superman ride. I'm sorry, dude. You're gonna shoot the Buzz Lightyear guns, and then you're gonna go have the best sandwich you've had in 6 months. Oh my God, dude.
That's what it is.
It's so true. Like, some of the best restaurants here, they're on just like the strips where you walk into the amusement parks.
Yeah.
And it's just like, man.
Because they hire like all these random shit. Like Oprah's chef has a restaurant in Disney Springs. That shit banging, but it's like $30 per entree. So
yeah, I mean, that's not even that bad, dude.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. For Florida, that's like a lot. But
Florida's
for the real
Florida's
world,
so cheap, it's insane, dude.
It's crazy.
I can't believe how cheap it is down here. My friends came down, like a group of them, and they had this beer that we used to drink at Buffalo, Labatt Blue, and they had it on tap at a bar down here. And I was like, fuck it, and I just left my cart open. I would just like grab like 4 like draft pints, bring them over to the table. Everybody would pound them super quickly. I would just go get another round. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just pay for it. I'm happy to see my friends. I haven't seen them in a while. I think we got 14 draft beers, 14 like full pints, and my tab was like $43.
No fucking way.
I swear to God. I mean, I think this place Casey's downtown.
Really?
Yeah, they have live music. It's always just some guy looks like he just rolled out of his mom's basement.
Okay.
It's not as bad as you'd think sound-wise. I mean, aesthetically, he looks like a guy that cooks the chunked hash browns at Waffle House. But and he's like playing he's playing like a killer song. And it's
this
like
is a side hustle.
Yeah. I mean, it's he thinks it's going to be his main hustle, and he's sorely mistaken. but I think it might be like $3.75 a beer or something. It's crazy.
That's nuts.
But it was a Saturday.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a happy hour Tuesday. It says Saturday.
This is prime time.
Prime time. Dude, I was like looking at the bill. I was like, dude, 13 beers in New York City. I mean, that would have cost me $100.
Yeah.
It would cost me.
Easily.
Everything here is almost exactly half of what it would cost in New York.
Everything.
Rent,
gas,
prostitutes,
everything.
No, that one I don't know about, but I would imagine. I mean, dude, speaking of Paul Pierce, can you imagine some of the? That's so funny. The idea of like your buddy from Orlando trying to recommend prostitutes to you. You're like, dude, she's 300 pounds, just like New York, you know. She's huge. She's this big, just like New York, just like they do in New York, right? This is like the hookers in New York, dude. She's the size of a tractor trailer truck, bro. Just like they do it in downtown Manhattan. Right? Everything's fucking huge there, right? The buildings, the pizza, the horse. The women are massive, right? 400 pounds to fit the size of the buildings and the pizza slices, correct? Yeah. And I'm just like, thank you for the recommendation, buddy, but I'm just going to go to Taco Bell,
Thanks,
I think. Yeah, thanks, Brock, but I think I'm just going to go to McDonald's again. Oh, man. But, guys, I think we'll wrap it up here. Thank you guys for listening. Subscribe on YouTube. Like the video. Subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Leave us a review. I'll read it out, and thank you for the people who have left reviews because you're helping out the show in ways that we don't even know how because I don't know anything about the review system. You could, as I said, if you're going to be in Boston, Naples, I'm doing shows there in May. Check out my Instagram bio, and you can get tickets. As always, I'm here with Chase Azarian, at Chase Azarian on Instagram, chilling with Chase on YouTube, the most active channel on the platform.
Comeback will have.
The comeback continues. We'll see you next week, guys. Peace.